I was getting ready for bed today and I decided that I would just film this video about productivity and what it means to be productive. So, as a society, we have been in the pursuit of productivity since the start of time, start of civilization, because it produces growth, success, wealth, and status. And this is what, as humans, we seek. Productivity is really linked to time. We as humans are self-aware that we're not getting younger day by day, we're only getting older, and we should be doing something with our lives that's meaningful. But the thing is, because everyone kind of knows this, there's only a few people that actually follow this, because we think that productivity is something that we just wake up with and suddenly, oh, I'm feeling really productive. It's not a characteristic, it's a skill that we have to hone. Then I'm just gonna give you some quick tips today because I don't want to film a really long video and waffle a little too much. The first thing that I would recommend is reading Atomic Habits. The reason why I would recommend this because it really dives deep into how to break your negative habits and how to build positive habits by cue, routine, and reward. So cue, it could be, I'm gonna give you an example to just kind of set it. So cue, you could look in the mirror and you would see that you have really oily hair. Your routine would be to go and wash it, and your reward would be, oh, I have clean hair, I look presentable. And you could link this to everything in your current day. I'm just gonna write down in the description below about Atomic Habits, and then I'm just gonna get right into the tips of what you can do to build your productivity as a skill. The first thing that I would say is definitely set small goals. If you're setting large goals, they would overwhelm a normal person, an average person. The first time you're doing a habit, do it for only 20 minutes. And if you want to continue doing it, you have to physically stop yourself. So set a timer for 20 minutes and force yourself to do something that, like for example, going to the gym. You go to the gym, the first time you go to the gym, you don't have to go there for an hour. You don't have to go there for 45 minutes. You force yourself to go there and show up for 20 minutes. Same for studying, same for working. You can link it to anything. A small, underwhelming goal, so your expectations are decreased, so you kind of make yourself feel better once you reach that goal and once you actually fulfill it. It just builds a positive train. Completing 3 to 4 tasks per day, and when I say tasks, I mean important tasks that you know would benefit you. Linking it back to my last point of setting small goals, you don't have to complete the whole task. Again, if you know you're just starting out and you know that you just want to get better, since it's so pushed nowadays to be productive. Oh, let me just get this out of the way. You watching motivational guides, watching motivational YouTubers, no amount of books, including the video you're watching right now, is going to help you become productive. What's going to help you become productive is actually yourself, which everyone knows, but no one really wants to admit it. Because a lot of people nowadays are lacking self-awareness, the skill of admitting things to yourself and actually working about it. Delaying short-term gratification, because a lot of the time nowadays, all we have is short-term gratification. We as people are so in love with setting our dopamine levels off and making ourselves feel good about everything that we're doing. So social media, watching movies, watching shows, rid of it. Why are you wasting your life and why are you wasting your time watching things that are completely meaningless? If you're watching for quick entertainment or if you want to get your mind off things, that's not the right thing to do. Get your mind off of it. There are other things that you could be doing. It's really easy to fill your life with easy things. Everything nowadays is so accessible. Junk food, social media, all the things. I'm literally like a self-care YouTuber now. But it's just something that I think needs to be stated and I think people need to be heard. Because let's remind ourselves, you watching this video is not going to do basically anything. The only thing that can do something is you. One thing that Stoicism preaches is praises action and helps deal with distractions. And it dives deep into why you have these distractions. So maybe, let me give you an example. Let's say you are in a toxic relationship. So you have to ask yourself, why are you in a toxic relationship? Maybe it's because you have so low self-esteem. And then maybe it's because that's what you believe you deserve. Understand that in order to get yourself out of that situation, you have to build your self-esteem. And in order to do that, you have to take small steps and put yourself out of your comfort zone. I know this is things that people don't really want to be heard or told about. And if this is not, then this is probably not the video for you. But Stoicism really preaches like controlling what's within your own control and preparing yourself for the worst, but also setting high expectations. It's really interesting, and Meditations is really a fascinating book because the Marcus Aurelius, he was writing his diary for himself. Let me just summarize. Productivity is a skill that needs continuous growth, something that you have to practice every single day, and do not get too comfortable. So again, completing 3 to 4 important tasks per day, setting smaller goals, spending less time on social media, watching shows, and doing things that don't really benefit your life except bring you short-term gratification, which brings me on to delay short-term gratification, because long-term gratification is really what hits you in the long run. Also, humble yourself. You're just a person at the end of the day. So instead of comparing yourself to other people, compare yourself to the person you are and to the person you were the day previously, which is something you've probably been told a lot and many times, but you really need to get this into your head that you're not better than anyone else because of your status, the way you look, or your career choices. Also, eliminate distractions. If you know you're a person who gets easily distracted, put your phone in another room. Set a dedicated area in your house where you study. So a big thing is, do not study in your bed. I sometimes do that. I'm just gonna admit it. But have a designated area for everything that you do and every habit that you do, which Atomic Habits actually talks about. So I would really suggest reading Atomic Habits because it really changes the way you think and your perception of habits and habit forming. So this is it, guys. I know it's not a long video. I really do apologize, but I'll be getting ready for bed and hopefully this helps someone.